yours like does a little countdown. Hi everyone, I'm Jamie Blanchard, and this is my audience.
Hi.
Okay, so I want to get started by first asking for all of you just to imagine for a moment that it's Sunday night and you're relaxing and you're getting ready for your next week of work or school or whatever you're doing, and you're just sitting and relaxing with your loved ones. And then all of a sudden, with a boom like this, a knock at the door, right? And you hear someone crying and screaming, so you go running towards the door, you open the door, and it's your next door neighbor. And she tells you that there's a fire in her house and her 3 children are stuck inside. Well, what would you do? You'd probably dial 911, right? If she asked you to do whatever you needed to do, you would do it, right? Well, I just wanted to let you know that the reason why I'm telling you this is because the famine that's going on in East Africa, those people have been knocking on our doors for 2 years now. And instead of us dialing 911, we don't even open the door to them. So 2 weeks ago, I had told you about what was going on over there with the drought, and I just want to take a quick moment to recap a bit in case you forgot. But UNICEF estimates that there are 750,000 children who are severely malnourished, and CNN estimates that there are 10 million people that are actually suffering from starving to death at this very moment. I also told you that on July 20th, it was the first time in 30 years that a famine was declared by the United Nations, so that just shows how desperate the situation is over there. And but how many of you thought, after you heard my speech, it's really sad and I'm really glad that I know about it, but what can I do? Like, you can't make it rain, right? So you kind of feel like, well, I know, why is this lady telling me this?
Yeah.
So I'm here to tell you, and I felt the same way, but I'm here to tell you today and convince you that there are many things that you can do within your own power right now to help those people over there. So first I will be going over the possible ways that you can donate monetary funds, and then I will go over how you can get your government more involved, and then third I will go over how you can get the information, the word out to others about it. So there are so many ways to donate monetary funds. One of the ways is that you can actually sponsor a child, and you can sponsor a child for as little as $30 a month, and that's actually what my husband and I have decided to do. And this is Ashton, and he is 11 years old, and he writes us letters back and forth, and he's an orphan, and his parents have died from the drought that's going on, and with our $30 a month, he's able to receive education, food, water, and shelter. So I think that's a really big deal. But some of you might be thinking, well, have you seen this economy? I can't even afford to order a pizza, during the month. I can't afford that. Well, there are plenty of other ways that you can help. In fact, many organizations will accept a one-time donation fee, and ActionAid.org is an excellent organization for this. And what you can do is you can just donate $1 right over the internet, and that will actually feed one person for one day. So just $1, which is great. But what if I told you that you could help the people over there and Christmas shop at the same time? Would you think that was a good deal?
That sounds awful.
Right? Okay, there are websites out there that actually do this, and for one of them is eBay.com, and what they do is they will give so much of the proceeds to what is going on in East Africa. So, like, they'll give 10% of whatever you buy, and that will go over to East Africa. And that's another way that you can get the word out to your loved ones as well. But maybe you're still thinking that, really don't feel comfortable with buying anything over the internet like that. I really don't know where my money's going. Well, there are still other ways that you can help. And one of the ways that you can help is by getting your government officials involved. Well, how many of you know a government official right here? You don't raise your hand.
Right? She doesn't count.
She doesn't count. She knows everybody. She's best friends with President Obama. Well, most of us do not know government officials, and some of the ways that you can actually get them involved is they have petitions online that you can sign, and one of them from ActionAid.org is actually addressed to President Obama himself, and it asks for his immediate assistance in the matter. And just by signing this, you can just tell him how important it is, and it's great. Another way you can do it is by making up your own petition, and petitionsite.org will do this for you, and all you have to do is write however you feel, and then you can give it out to your friends and family members, or your church members and your schoolmates, and then you can even get the information out that way as well. You can also write a letter to your congressman. You just write a simple letter and you send it to your congressman, and many times they'll actually write you a letter back, which is completely unheard of, but they will do that. So, but maybe you're not comfortable with getting into the political side of things. Maybe you don't know how to go about it, and you're just not feeling comfortable with it. Don't worry, there are still ways that you can help. One of the biggest ways that you can help is by just telling one other person. Our strongest form of communication is word of mouth. And as I mentioned 2 weeks ago, that many people don't even know about what's going on over there. So how many of you have an email account, Facebook account, Twitter account? All right. Well, let me just tell you that you can go on unicef.org or CNN.com and look up any of these articles that they have written about what's going on over there. And you can actually share those articles on your social network sites. And that is a great way of showing them how important it is and just getting the word out to them. And then maybe one of those people will be willing to do one of the other things. And it kind of happens like a domino effect. So, by show of hands, would any of you be willing to do maybe one or all three of these things to save a life?
Yep.
Absolutely. So we don't want to be that neighbor that just doesn't open the door and doesn't call 911 for someone that really is in desperate need of help. So in conclusion, I am happy to talk to you about possible ways that you can either donate monetary funds, you can get government officials involved, or you can just tell other people about it. And by doing this, we can eradicate the famine that's going on in East Africa. It just takes one person to make a difference. Thank you.
That's perfect. You had 1 minute left.
Oh, I talked fast.